Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Hocus Pocus. Welcome back, or welcome to, if it's your first time, the Minecraft LP series. This is episode 141 of the series, and today we are kicking things off over here in the Once Upon a Time Villager Trading Center, which I really didn't get very far with. But once again, as always with this world, things are forever adapting, changing, and, there are always alterations to be made and corrections to be made. Today we're going to be making another one right here in this room. So, pretty much, at the current time, the only useful villager to us in this room, one that we probably cannot live without for the time being, is the guy that sells us mending books. And I really want the guy that sells us mending books to have a very happy life, because if he has a happy life, I will have a happy life. And if I have a happy life, then everything is okay, right? Because that guy needs to sell us books, and he must continue to sell us books at all times, otherwise we might actually not be able to use the mending enchantment when we require it and when we need it. So I think what I'm going to do is, don't tell him, don't tell the mending villager or his friends, but I'm going to sacrifice them, apart from the mending guy, and we're going to give all of this space just to the mending villager. So as I say, don't tell any of them because they might get a little bit upset, and I don't want them to see what's coming. I don't want them to know that their end is near, and that it's going to be me to make the final strike. But it is, okay? And we are going to take care of all of them, and leave the mending villager alone so that he can have a pretty happy life, as I say, in this area. We're going to build him a house and make sure that he's comfortable, and then we can forever return to this zone to trade with him whenever we require ourselves some mending books. So aside from that, guys, I've got another small announcement to make that affects the channel. So this isn't necessarily bad news for me personally, but it might be bad news to you guys and for the channel. I'm hoping not, though. I'm hoping not. But I am going to be going through a schedule change at work very shortly, which means I'll be picking up some more hours. And that might lead to me not being able to record as much, or not having as much time to record. So if that is the case, you can expect maybe a few less videos. So hopefully it won't take down the quantity of my videos too much, but they might not come as frequently as they do right now. And this change will be taking place on August the 26th. So after that date, if things start to slow down on the channel, then you know what happened to me. Nothing has changed aside from my work schedule, but you know how things are in life. I can't focus too much time on the channel since it's not actually providing me with anything, just a sense of enjoyment. So, you guys probably understand I can't focus all of my time and attention on the channel just yet, because otherwise I would probably not be able to live a proper life. So that is what is going to change, you guys. And as I say, today we are going to be focusing on this room and converting it into a home solely for the mending villager. So without further ado, let's get things on the go, see what we can come up with, and hopefully, as I say, we can provide him with a nice, humble abode to live in that keeps him happy and forward with his trades. We want him to keep trading. So that is the goal of this episode. I went ahead and cleared out a lot of the rubble from the last build, so the room was pretty messed up. You guys saw it at the start. It was pretty messed up and it needed to be torn down. So I went ahead and did that. And I think the first change I'm going to make for our villager friend is that he is going to have a little bit more room. He's going to have access to the villager containment cell, which was built in an effort to provide a location for villagers to wait until they were moved into the trading system. But since the trading system is no longer something that we will be keeping around, I think I should just give the guy the run of it, because he kind of deserves a bit more space, right? He is our friend after all, and we do want him to live in comfort, so I'm going to give him some extra room up here in the villager cell, although there might be some memories that he would rather keep suppressed that will be brought to the forefront of his mind when he comes back in here, because he went through some pain and torture to get down into this room. You can see there was quite a hefty drop that delivered him to us in the villager holding cell, but he seems to like it. He seems okay at the moment. So what we're going to do is we are going to now start thinking about how we want to design his house. So it needs to be comforting. And at the moment, these stony walls, they're giving me a bit of a sense of coldness, giving me a bit of a sense of a brutalist building style. And I think Mr. Mending would rather have something a bit more homely, don't you think? To make things more homely, I'm thinking that a wooden theme would be a good fit. So what we're going to do first of all is replace this pillar with some wood, and we're going with the dark oak, similarly to what runs through the corridor here, and that'll come all the way down. And then same thing on the other side. So we're going to have a sort of boundary around the stairs that is marked out with these logs. Okay, so let's go down to the bottom once again. And then once you arrive inside of the home, we'll have a couple fences like so. And these fences will connect to another set of pillars, so there will be one there. Of course, we don't need this block, however, so let's get that removed. This is going to go once again all the way up to the ceiling. And then on this side, maybe something slightly different. So we'll take that one out again. Pop a nice slab on top. So what we're going to do is we're going to combine the dark oak logs with spruce planks and fences and such. So I think I might try and go for a spruce type floor as well. So maybe we could have something like... we might actually go for a half slab type floor just to prevent spawns if I can figure that out some way. So maybe we'd have some... Maybe we just have one set of slabs there that is the same level as the stairs so that you can come down. Or we could even go with stairs, with some spruce stairs. Scrap the spruce stair idea. We'll actually go with the stone brick stairs, just a continuation of the staircase that we already have. And then what we'll do is we'll run the pillars down one more block, like so. And then we need a way to... We need a way to bring these fences into the build slightly. So maybe some stone brick underneath those would be okay. Yeah, you know what? I quite like this entranceway so far. I do quite like that so far. And then what I'm planning for here is to have a couple of doors. So the doors might go ahead and sit on stone brick as well. We'll do some doors there. And then inside of this small area, we'll have like a cubby hole with some chests. So this will contain stuff that we need to use to trade with the villager. But we will just pretend that it's his storage system or something like that. You know, I think that'll be quite a fun way to go about things. Then we'll have maybe a crossbeam there. Yes, that could be okay. That could be okay. But what I might do is... strip the crossbeam, or does that look a little bit strange? Perhaps that looks a little bit strange, but what I want to do is have some glass that runs up in between these two pillars here so that we can see inside of the storage room. Okay guys, Mr. Mending's walk-in closet is finished, and I have to tell you, he's a lucky guy. This is top of the line. I haven't seen a closet this cool in my entire life. So we've got a shelving system, contains 6 double chests. Right now we are utilizing 1 for convenience. Mr. Mending said that was okay, and I'm very grateful to him for that. So... whilst we begin to expand the room, there's something that I thought was quite funny that I wanted to talk about. So today I watched Ethos Lab's new episode of his LP series, and for his question of the day, he was asked whether or not playing so much Minecraft causes him to have Minecraft-related dreams, which on its own is quite funny, but we are not going to be talking about that topic necessarily. However, I will stick to the theme of dreams for this small story. So when I was younger, I really loved Scooby-Doo. You guys must know what Scooby-Doo is, right? The mystery gang. They, pretty much what they do in the show is, they look for monsters, or they are called in when there is a monster that has been sighted. And it is the job of the mystery gang to unmask the villain and see who is truly behind the upset. So that's pretty much the show and how it works, but I'm sure you guys probably already knew that. And that show, as I say, I loved it when I was a kid. I absolutely loved it. Wouldn't stop watching it. It was that and Thomas the Tank Engine. And ever since I was young, I would always have this recurring dream. So as I say, this is on the theme of dreams again. I would always have this recurring dream where the mystery gang came to my house, the house that I grew up in, the house that my parents live in, and I would be very excited because obviously I love the show. I loved Scooby-Doo. I loved Velma, Daphne, Fred, Shaggy. I loved them all. So when they used to come to the house, I really used to love it. But then all of a sudden it would turn out that they weren't friendly. So the mystery gang would come to the house, they wouldn't be friendly, and then it would be a fight for my family's life to keep them out of the house and stop them from getting us, which I really can't explain it. I cannot explain why something that I loved so much would cause me to have such terrible dreams. And I don't know if you guys have been in a situation similar to that, a similar situation, where there's something that you've really enjoyed, yet it's caused you to have these horrific dreams. It's caused you to have horrific dreams that you really don't understand and really don't think you should be having about that certain topic. But yeah, as I say, growing up, I kept having this dream over and over again. I can't count the number of times I've had it, but it's been a lot, you know. It's one of those dreams that always comes back. One of those dreams I can't seem to shake, and there really just doesn't seem to be a plausible explanation for it. So that was something I thought was quite funny that I'd share with you guys. And as well as that, we are building a sort of crafting area for the guy. So obviously villagers don't use crafting benches, but I figured that to fill in some of the area in the home that we won't necessarily have anything to put in these locations. So there won't be much to actually put in the home. Unfortunately, Minecraft is very limited when it comes to, you know, like appliances and technology and that sort of thing. So we're going to make up that this guy is going to use a crafting bench and just pop one in the place for him. We're also going to try to use some terracotta here. So I don't really know how this is going to turn out, but I wanted to do some sort of pattern on the wall with the terracotta. So maybe something a little bit different to that. Doesn't look too great, does it? If we could maybe get a light in there or something. Do we have any of the redstone lamps? I think we do, right? Yeah, we do. And we also have no redstone blocks, which is unfortunate, but we can come back and put one of those in just a second. So let's pop out the center one. Get that guy in there. Maybe if we light that up, it might look a bit better, but I wanted for the walls to try to use some of the terracotta because we mined all of it out and, you know, we should use it because otherwise it was a bit of a wasted task. So I just figured I would bring you guys back in to share that small story with you. But anyway, now I'm going to take some time off camera, more than likely, to complete a bigger amount of work on the villager's house. And then I'll bring you guys back in to check it out and we can aim to have this finished by the end of the episode. So now we're moving on to a bedroom from Mr. Mending, who seems to have sort of gained a bit more confidence in gathering his bearings in his new place. He's moving around now and not hanging around in the villager cell. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we're going to have some corner wood pillars just to outline the room. And they're going to go all the way up to the ceiling like so. And we've crafted up a light grey bed because I'm figuring that light grey is almost the trim color in this room. Or, you know, it's not almost the trim color, it is the trim color. We've got some nice light grey bricks around the bottom of the room and also around the top of the room. So this pattern here will carry on around the entire house. So we're going to go with the light grey bed. And for the bed, I want to have... Do I want to just raise these up into planks, maybe? That might be an idea. So we need some spruce planks. And we've got some nice spruce logs right here that we'll use for that purpose. And I keep forgetting where the crafting bench is. I'm always running back to that original spot we placed it in. So bed in the corner. I think he'll be able to access that. Yeah, there we go. He's confirmed it for us immediately, so that's perfect. And then what I also wanted to do was try this out. So we've got some of these scaffolding blocks. And they almost, to me, look like a... Yeah, maybe not. I was going to say they almost look like a bedside table. But actually, they don't look that great at all, do they? So we might have to rethink... what we were doing here. And try to come up with a different solution, maybe. Mr. Mending's bedroom is looking very bare bones, but I'm a lot more content with the way it looks now than how it looked with the single bed. So I want to add some more design features. And the building of this bedroom kind of reminded me of something else. So when I was growing up at home, my parents decided that they wanted to convert the attic into a living space and more specifically an entertainment room. And this forced my bedroom to become the stairway up to the attic. And I say forced, I don't actually mean forced. There was kind of a choice involved, but I guess the room benefited me as well, so I was happy to make a move. And once the attic was undergoing construction and I was moved out of my bedroom, I actually had a new bedroom downstairs. And I've always thought that it was kind of weird because not many people tend to sleep on the ground floor of their home. So I was wondering if you guys were in the same position as me, if any of you guys have slept on the ground floor of your home or where your bedrooms are, if they're in strange locations. Because as I say, mine was always on the ground floor. It wasn't always on the ground floor, I should say, but it was for a large portion of my life, and it always just seemed strange to me that I was sleeping on the ground floor since that isn't really where bedrooms usually go, especially in England. So yeah, I don't know, a strange story, but if you guys have any relatable experiences, then do let me know. Aside from that though, I think we're pretty much done with this portion of the room. Aside from the ceiling does need to have some work done to it, which I will do soon. But I also want to add in a small area over here somewhere where our villager can come to use his lectern, restock his trades, and be useful to us. Because without him restocking his trades, he won't be very useful, right? Because otherwise, we won't be able to trade an unlimited amount of mending books with him. And we do want to be able to do that. So let's bring this pillar all the way down like so. And we'll create a little bit more space here. So the floorway, or the flooring, is going to come out here. And perhaps... Actually, yeah, we might do something like this. So let's link up a nice pillar there. And we will have a wall that runs between this section. There'll be a wall that runs between these two here. And then it will open up into the lectern area somewhere around here. But I'm kind of conflicted. Maybe we should move this backwards by one. Have it like this, just to have a bit of a more wide opening. I can't really make a decision. This is tough. Here, maybe it's better if I take some time off camera to think about this. I finally got an idea in mind for the lectern room, and we'll go over that in a clip just shortly once I've finished up these walls here. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually have a change in palette, I think, for a couple of these walls, just to make sure that things aren't too linear around here. So we'll go with some of the old faithful stone walls here and here, I'm thinking. So let's just go ahead and quickly get a few blocks down as well for this one. And that looks okay for the time being. There we go. We'll leave it at that for now. Slightly dark over here as well, so we might need to get a few more lanterns in or something like that. So we'll have stone wall here, stone wall there. And then I want this area to be almost like a little cubby hole. So we'll actually come up through here, and we're very, very close to the wool farm. So we don't have a lot of space to operate in, which is slightly unfortunate, but we won't require too much space. So there is the silver lining. And I think we're also going to require some more dark oak wood for this, which we might have run out of. We've got one piece. So yeah, time to harvest some more dark oak wood, it looks like. And there we go, we've got ourselves some more wood. So what we're going to do is have a 3 wide gap in between the pillars here. Just get a couple more in. This room isn't going to be very high. I'm going to actually lower the roof level of this room. So let's quickly clear out the gravel. We'll go up to about here, I think. Go up to about there, maybe. That might be a good idea. Or, yeah, no, that's fine, that's fine. And then from here we want to have our stone brick trim. And I'm actually rather low on stone brick as well, so we should probably grab some more of that in just a second if we run out. Okay, so stone brick trim is going to go around like this, over the top of all of the pillars. There we go. And as I say, some more stone brick wouldn't be amiss right here. So have we got any? We do. Good. Good to see. Keep things moving. Means I don't have to cut, which is always something I enjoy. And then again, we need some of the spruce slabs. So spruce slabs are right there. And this will be the ceiling height. So the ceiling is going to go right in like so. We'll have another trim about here. Above this level, we'll have some of this wall design again. So we'll have the stone wall design. We want a continuation of the flooring as well. So we'll have a nice spruce plank flooring in here, with the lectern in the middle, similarly to how the crafting bench is situated. So we have the crafting bench situated on a block in the middle, and we'll do a similar type deal for the lectern. So that block there will hold the lectern. And where did I leave that lectern? I think I left it in the chest. I did. There we go. And this guy should be able to access that, I'm hoping. And then what we want to do is maybe grab some bookshelves to go in here. I think if we put some bookshelves on the walls, that might be quite cool. And Mr. Mending, you don't want to go through there, trust me. You do not want to go through there. Oh boy, this guy, Mr. Mending, he thinks he's so funny, trying to run away through the cracks. So I've had to confine him to his living quarters for now, so that he doesn't try to escape, and I think we're good to go. So I've got 20 bookshelves, and what I kind of want to do is have sort of a system like this. So we'll have a kind of, I don't know really, just a random pattern of bookshelves. And then in behind the bookshelves, I actually want to indent some more of the stone wall design. So we'll go ahead and grab those blocks back out and just do something quick with them like this. And then we'll have maybe another one like that here, and done. So you see what I mean? We've got the bookshelves in the front, and then just behind that we'll have a nice stone type going on thing wall design. That's how you describe wall designs, right? And then again, we'll have something like that. Let's make sure we got enough torches. I think 3 will be enough to fill that space up with light. So again, we'll pop another one in there just to be extra, double, triple cautious. And then again, oops, we want a nice wall design. And we'll go with something like that. That looks okay to me, with another andesite down there. Good. Oops, actually, we don't need that, do we? I just forgot. Bookshelf goes there. Okay. And then on the final side, once again, let's just have something like this. Got a nice wall design. You know what? I'm just going to do that. get some gravel in there. And then this room becomes almost pitch black, which is not good. Even though nothing should be able to spawn because of the slabs, I'm going to make sure that everything's bright, because homes tend to be bright. And I don't want Mr. Mending to be getting upset because he's living in darkness. That wouldn't be good, would it? So we might even hang maybe a lantern from the back here. Have one more there, maybe, just to get a bit of lighting in that room. And then from here, I think everything else is at a at least suitable light level. So we'll leave everything else as it is for now. And perhaps maybe we'll get something in here at a later date. But what we need to do is finish up the ceiling, add some wall textures in there as well. And we should be about done with Mr. Mending's house. Okay guys, so to finalize Mr. Mending's home, there are a couple things we need to do. One of those is to craft 2 of these fence gates. So 2 spruce fence gates. There we go. And one of those will go up here. So this will be one entrance to his house. And, oh, I thought he was sleep talking then, but he's actually awake. And the other one will replace this dark oak one right here. I think this is dark oak, right? Yeah, there we go. So spruce is the theme. So we got a nice spruce trapdoor there, a nice spruce trapdoor there. And I'm calling them trapdoors again. They're actually fence gates, right? They're fence gates. Let's get this correct. So Mr. Mending is one step away from being A, my favorite villager, which he already is. So you don't need to worry about that. But B, he's also one step away from being a changed and completed man. So we're going to take this name tag over to the anvil. We're going to rename it Mr. Mending and apply it to Mr. Mending himself so that he can be referred to by his much more appropriate name that doesn't sound run down and out of date like Mending. So Mr. Mending is now going to be referred to by his correct name. He has a beautiful house to live in, and I really don't see any reason why he would never want to sell us a mending book again. So Mr. Mending, I hope you're happy. You guys, I hope you're happy with what we did for Mr. Mending today. He does deserve it, right? He is the best villager in our world, so he does deserve it. And now he's got his actual name as well, Mr. Mending. And I think we should let him peacefully sleep. So I'm about to wrap this video up, guys. Give me just a second, and I'll bring you back in. Alright, guys. Welcome back to this episode of the LP series for the last time for today. I do hope that you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun recording it, as I always do. Mr. Mending is now situated in his brand new home, which we built from scratch, pretty much. Refurbished a room in our base, which now actually looks good again, instead of a rundown pile of rubbish. So I'm pleased. Both aspects of this build have actually contributed to progress in the world, which is awesome. Okay, guys, so as I say, I do hope that you enjoyed what you saw today. Any questions, comments, feedback, put those in the comment section down below. I'll be sure to get back to you. I do like the interaction after all, so make sure you do that if you have anything to say. And as I always do say on my outro, take care of yourselves, take care of your families. I've been Hocus Pocus, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye for now.